Welcome to Eye on Paulsboro. Sorry for the delay in the new show. I had to undergo eye surgery for a suddenly detached retina. It's been quite an experience. So if you see my right eye sort of sagging, I'm still in the early stages of recovery of not one but two surgeries. But we've got a lot of segments to work into the show. And Irma, so we're going to host it from the lobby of Hill Studio, but we're going to be all over the place.
John, I love coming back always to the studio, the Hill. Many, many memories are here.
Some of them you can talk about?
Most of them.
It's the best. Stay with us. We're coming back. We have a lot of odds and ends. We hope you enjoy the program.
Multi-policy discount. Paperless discount. Paid in full discount. Homeowners discount. Safe driver discount. Chipmunk family reunion. Someone stole the nuts. Squirrel jail. Justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice. Think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like True Test paints, Master Mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and Rug Doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice. Think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
And welcome back. As you recall, our previous show came from the newly reopened Paulsboro Diner on Broad Street. We had a couple segments from there that couldn't fit into the show, so we're going to go jump into those now. Very happy to have had a chance to sit down with Mayor Gary Stevenson to catch up on some general conversation. Let's visit with the mayor. I'm at the counter at the diner. Irma just said I should have a coffee cup. I'm surprised that hasn't occurred yet, but it hasn't. But with me now is a special guest. When I say special, because just important for a lot of reasons, but also a friend, is the mayor of Borough Paulsboro, Gary Stevenson. So, Gary, welcome. You wanted to start. You had a little story. You were here for the grand opening.
John, and I want to thank the owners of the diner for coming back to our town and seeing the opportunity here. But when I got elected as mayor, I got questioned about crime, got questioned about housing, but majority of the questions was, when is that darn diner going to open again? And why? Because it's a huge fabric of this community. It's a place for people to gather, come, talk how great they love their mayor and council people. So it's important that we have this diner. It's a blue-collar diner. It's the way it should be. The owner's great. Nothing but great reports about what's going on here. So it's great for our town.
Gary, you summed it up, and you just summed it up correctly. We like to have Gary on from time to time because updates. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. You know, people always concerned progress doesn't come fast enough, but good progress takes a little bit of planning. Gary, you're making a lot of progress in spots. Would you care to touch on something?
Sure thing. A couple things we just accomplished in the last week or so was finally tearing down that house on Dayton Avenue, which has been an eyesore for God knows how many years. All the people that came from the houses couldn't thank us enough for finally getting that house down. It helps that whole area. We're going to get a developer on that 2-lot to build a house. Second thing, right around the corner on Paul and the Swedesboro Avenue. Finally, this week, we signed the contracts. Next week, builder comes in. He's going to rebuild that whole house. Very nice, put it up for sale, and it helps that area. Once again, John, one house, one street, one block at a time. That's how we're going to get Paulsboro moving forward.
And it's a big deal. The house that Gary's referring to, if you don't know where it is, you mentioned where the address is if you're heading out of town. Oh, people often wonder what happened. Well, someone started that project many years ago, couldn't finish it. Gary, I thought you guys were pretty resourceful in being able to acquire the property and put that deal together to get that rehab.
John, it just takes a lot of hard work. And here's the key thing, having the right people in the right jobs. We have a new administrator, a new solicitor, knows developer skills. Now we got all the right pieces to the puzzle. Now it's time to start putting that puzzle together. It still take a while, but we're moving in the right direction. The plaza's going to open by the end of the year, hopefully. The port with the first ships coming online. That wheel's finally starting to turn. A little not as fast as I would like, but regardless, the wheel's moving forward and Paulsboro's moving forward.
Yeah, and again, the focus is in the right place. And an oddity, a rare spotting in town, but this will give you an idea of the kind of initiative that the mayor has. I saw a street sweeper.
Yeah, we're actually contracting somebody to come in to do the street sweeper. Next year, we're maybe hoping to get that street sweeper where we can do our streets regularly, because if you don't do that, the curb fills up with grass and it blocks the gutters, and it's one thing to another, and it just creates a lot more problems down the end. So we have a plan. We have an administrator is going to be talking with all of us where we want to go, and we're moving forward.
Oh, that's beautiful. Always good to visit with Mayor Gary Stevenson for a general update. And by the way, as we did many years ago, if you've got a question for the mayor, get a hold of Irma Stevenson. She knows where to find Gary, and she will bring you answers. And we hope the mayor will be on a regular basis. So we have a segment.
It's not, oh, you're the mayor. Oh, you're Irma's son. That's how I'm known throughout town.
Let me tell you. And when I'm away from town, people say, you're the guy on television with that lady.
There you go. So you know the feeling.
Has nothing to do with the General Assembly, although I suspect when the gasoline tax hits the pumps, my name will be mentioned in a number of spots. We'll be right back. Stay with us for Coming from the Diner.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Come on down Route 55 to the Millville Airport. Visit Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms, a gun shop with a woman's touch. Buying, selling, and trading firearms and military items, especially seeking World War II, German, Japanese, and American items. Buying single items or entire collections. That's Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms at the Millville Airport, 21 Peterson Street, next to the Glasstown Brewing Company.
And welcome back again. I hope at some point you've had a chance to stop in a diner for breakfast. You're not going to be disappointed. Another segment we happened to grab that day, Mark Wilkes, who is the community spokesperson for Paulsboro Refinery, had a chance to stop in and give us an update. We like to visit with them from time to time. They're a very important neighbor, good people. Let's go to Mark and find out the latest at the refinery. By this time, they've completed a turnaround, but here's some details. We continue from the Paulsboro Diner, open at 6 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. We're enjoying our visit here. With me now is Mark Wilkes. Mark, of course, is a local resident in Gibbstown. He's the Director of Communications, Community Relations out of the refinery. We like to visit with our refinery now and then because it's a big part of our landscape. So, Mark, welcome. A lot of cranes in the air. Looks pretty busy.
Yeah, I mean, the landscape has changed a little bit. Those that travel Billingsport Road probably have noticed a couple things. Some by their absence, meaning you don't see the big steam plume, and we've put a new flare system in and a lot more traffic on Billingsport Road, and that's largely because of the maintenance undertaking that's going on right now.
And the term for that, for all the old refinery people will know it as a turnaround time. What does that mean?
Turnaround is basically that period where we'll take a unit down and go through kind of soup to nuts, taking all the wearable items and replacing those out, all in the name of reliability. There's a cadence to that. Generally, 5-6 years is what you get out of a unit before you have to go in to one of these turnarounds.
And I noticed you mentioned more traffic. What does it take to accomplish a feat like that? Because you're working around the clock.
Yeah, it is pretty incredible. In addition to going all men, everyone on deck in terms of our employees, which is translated into long hours and consecutive days, we also brought in an additional 1,200 contractors. So on any given day, we've probably had around 250. Now you have to put another 1,200 on top of that. So it is a beehive of activity 24/7, and at times, yeah, you see that reflected on Billingsport Road.
And for the layperson like myself, one day there was no flare, now there's another flare.
Yeah, well, the flare, it's interesting. One day there was no structure there. And then the next day there was, so that was largely created on the ground and was able to be put up. It's a new technology. We've had some issues in the past with that prior technology. So obviously we're hoping this flare is more reliable and, again, produces better results.
Mark, when you get in the turnaround, you're talking about a unit. So is the refinery shut down during this period, or is its capabilities reduced and its output reduced?
Yeah, we're in a slowdown, of course. That unit is our primary gasoline making unit. So anytime you do that and take that down, we are, reduced in some capacity.
And how many days does that project go?
Right about 40. We came down on September 15th, and we're looking to be back up at the end of October, coming up here in the next week or two.
Without that unit, you can't be making money.
No, it's tough, but it's on schedule, and it's important. Certainly, when the economics are very good, it can be tempting to keep running, but you schedule these things 2 years out. There's a lot of planning that goes into them. And it's vitally important that you maintain those schedules.
Oh, it's a big deal. The pressure to complete on time has to be significant.
It is. As you know, in that industry, every day is a whole lot of money. So, we definitely put a lot of planning up front, and the resources behind it, you spare no expense in terms of the resources.
I just make mention because, as Mark says, these kinds of investments are just so critical, not only for efficiency of that operation because it's a highly competitive marketplace, but remember a couple weeks back in the news had a pipeline failure. Where was that? That was down in Georgia, somewhere down south. But the supply line for gasoline, where was it, Fred? Alabama, Fred just said, it reminded me. The supply line for distribution of gasoline was greatly interrupted. Doesn't hurt to have a refinery nearby on occasion.
No, it certainly helps us locally. Some might even wonder, hey, you take a unit like this down, why aren't we seeing it reflected necessarily in the gas prices? I'm happy to say that isn't the case. Gasoline, you may have seen 2 or 3 cent difference, but because this is planned, those that are doing inventories and things, they account for this kind of maintenance. So, but it is vital. This refinery is one of 2 in New Jersey, and one of only several in the area. Well,
I remember also one of the past hurricanes had really beaten up the refineries down through the Gulf, maybe even as far into Texas. And again, these locations provide a great deal of security for America in general and the economy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's everything from the jobs that are created, and certainly the variety of things that we provide, everything from home heating in the winter to gasoline to jet fuel that we send across the river. We touch pretty much every aspect of energy and usage.
Very good. Sort of an update from the refinery. We like to do it from time to time. A lot of people make their living there. It has a ripple effect out to all of this region. So always good to be in touch and know what's taking place here. Thank you, Mark. And give my regards to Steve as well. The plant manager couldn't come on because of the timing, but Steve's also very, very shy about being on camera, but he's a real good guy. We're coming right back. We're at the diner on Broad Street.
Multi-policy discount. Paperless discount. Paid in full discount. Homeowners discount. Safe driver discount. Chipmunk family reunion. Someone stole the nuts. Squirrel jail. Justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice, think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like TrueTest paints, master mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and rug doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice, think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
And welcome back once again. Now we move from the diner to Delaware Street by the high school for Paulsboro's homecoming parade. This year pretty special because it's the centennial year. It's part of the ongoing series of celebrations. You'll notice in the band you see a few people that aren't quite in uniform. There's some of the alumni members of the band that came back to march with the Marching Red Raiders. Everybody had a great time. Fred and Amy were able to get some footage. Let's enjoy the homecoming procession as it made its way to Paulsboro High School celebrating 100 years.
Welcome to Skin Friends, a comfort store offering natural and organic products. We are your home for aromatherapy, boasting a huge collection of essential oils, burning oils, body and massage oils, hand-dipped incense, and exotic liqueurs. Looking for body butters? Come see our handsome butter bar stocked with mango, aloe vera, and shea butters. Skin Friends features black seed oil and moringa products. We carry natural topical pain-relieving ointments and over 40 types of natural soaps. Tucked away in the Gibbstown Shopping Plaza off Exit 17 on 295 in New Jersey, Skin Friends has hand-picked products you can count on.
is what you do.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Come on down Route 55 to the Millville Airport. Visit Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms, a gun shop with a woman's touch. Buying, selling, and trading firearms and military items, especially seeking World War II, German, Japanese, and American items. Buying single items or entire collections. That's Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms at the Millville Airport, 21 Peterson Street, next to the Glasstown Brewing Company.
Welcome back. It's time for Community Notes with Irma Stevenson. This has been the easiest show to host because we simply cleaned out the cupboard of stuff that was waiting to go because we weren't able to schedule. Irma, first of all, happy birthday to you.
Well, John, happy birthday to you. We are really the 12th and the 14th. What's Scorpions? Yeah. Just a couple years apart.
And we have Mark Camp in the mix.
And Mark's the 17th, and he's another Scorpio. And Dr. Walter Quinn's on the 6th, so a lot of Scorpios around.
But we lost Virginia Scott.
Yeah, Virginia and I shared the same birthday, maybe not the same year, but the same birthday.
Yep, we do miss her. Irma?
Happy birthdays to Michael Bell, Richard Luce, John Berger-Kelly, Mark Camp, Tanner Hamilton, Rachel Coco, Colin Llewellyn, Barbara Bryan Jones, Rita Kelly, Carol Kessler, Joyce Maddox, the United States Marine Corps, 241 years, Semper Fi, Rich Risky, Isaac Redmond, Casey Peck, Joe Kniestout, DeJohn Hodges, Lisa Giovanetti Roy, Georgianne Weiner, Michael O'Leary Jr., John Justice, and Reggie Waiton. Happy anniversaries to Pat and Sherry Byrne, Joe and Betty Haig, Lily and Anthony Alvarado, Donna and Chuck O'Leary. Happy birthdays and happy anniversaries. And John, I'd like to congratulate a Paulsboro Borough resident here, Ruth Driver. She was honored by the Board of Chosen Freeholders at the annual volunteer luncheon for Gloucester County. Outstanding senior of this year, 30 years, John, she's been a volunteer at the food sites.
She's magnificent. Well deserved.
Yes. Don't forget, the Moose always has a hoagie sale on the first Saturday of every month, $5, 10 a.m. until. The next will be December 3rd. We have a pasta dinner on the December 15th, 4p to 7p at the Moose, $8 for salad, pasta, and desserts. Also, the famous crab cake dinner will be held on Friday, December 16th, 2p to 8p at the Moose. Please pre-order them because Wayne Paulson is making them handmade. 2 sides, roll and butter, dessert, eat in or take out. $12. Call Wayne at 423-2545. And always, please don't forget, on Thursday afternoons from 2:30 to 3:30, the Fellow Abundance Fresh Fruit and Vegetables are held at the Moose. All you have to do is state that you're a Paulsboro resident. And Thanksgiving crafts for all ages at our Gill Memorial Library, the new edition, ages 4 to 8, 3:30 p.m. on November 22nd. Call to register 856-423-5155. And our Lowndes Slacker School PTO will have paint night, 6:30 p.m. on December the 2nd. They're painting. You're going to paint and have lots of fun. They have refreshments and all. You could be a Monet or Picasso, John.
I got an upstairs room needs to be painted.
Not that kind of paint, John. Easels. Paulsboro Annual Christmas Tree Lighting Parade will be on Saturday, December the 3rd, 5:30 p.m. Parade will leave the firehouse. Of course, Santa Claus will be there. Hopefully, we'll have music. We're trying to get Dad Coles singing, probably hot chocolate. And the tree will be lit this year in red and white lights.
The 100th year.
100th year. They wouldn't dare put any more blue lights on our tree, John.
Now, because of our taping schedule, we often don't do sports, but the Paulsboro High School football team's having a nice run. I'm not sure when Fred gets this show on the air, but they got a playoff game this week, and hopefully one will follow.
Yeah, Pennsville, John. Shalleck was 49-6 this week, Pennsville, and hopefully it'll either be Woodbury or Salem.
Glenn Howard is magnificent. For Fred Buchter behind the camera, for Amy Cook, for Bill Crane, our producer, who couldn't be here for this particular taping. Irma?
Have a happy and blessed Thanksgiving, John, to everyone and to our servicemen and women overseas. And go Big Red and see you on Broad Street.
Well put. Until next time.